Hello. Welcome to Shrewsbury Film Society's online film club again. Our film this time is called Carancho, and it's a 2010 thriller from Argentina. We've picked it, as usual, for three different reasons. It's been well reviewed, we've enjoyed the other films by the director Pablo Trapero, and also it provides a nice contrast in style and genre and general pace to the last two or three films that we've shown. The director, Pablo Trapero, started directing at the age of 28 in 1999. Since then, he's made about a dozen feature films, and the recent ones have all combined a fair amount of high drama with social commentary and critique. We showed one of his most recent films, The Clan, this one here, from 2015 at the Hive, last year, I think, to popular support. That was a very tough thriller about the consequences of the Argentine military dictatorship of the 1970s. His films have varied quite a lot in style and temperament. So before that, he made this really charming film that's English title is Rolling Family, which is a fairly heartwarming, in fact, story about an extended family crisscrossing his homeland. In Carancho, the main female role is played by an actor called Martina Guzman, who's actually been Trapero's wife since 2000. The main male role is played by Ricardo Darin, and some of you will remember him from two other films that we have shown at the Hive. One of them was Wild Tales, which I think was actually the most successful film that's ever come out of Argentina, broke box office records there and internationally. And the other one was this very clever thriller with a tremendous plot twist right at the end called Nine Queens. Ricardo Darin is actually very prolific, and he also starred in a film called The Secrets in Their Eyes, which won the Best Foreign Language Oscar in 2010. And on the back of that success, it was actually remade by Hollywood, rather confusingly with exactly the same title. The word Carancho is a Spanish word for a kind of vulture or bird of prey, and it's also the nickname for ambulance-chasing lawyers in Argentina. As the opening titles explain, the death rate on the country's roads is extremely high. In fact, I just checked up earlier today, and even last year, the mortality rate on Argentine roads is about 5 times as high per person in the UK. So this film is about that, but it's also about the human vultures, as the director sees them, who prey on the victims of these many accidents and who take advantage of a very corrupt legal, hospital and policing system to exploit the victims of road accidents and their families. And this theme of corruption is very much something that has run through several of his other recent films. The style of Carancho is very much sort of in-your-face style, if you like, with plenty of close-ups, some pretty fast editing, and cameras that seem to be tumbling and rushing into fights, into accidents, into confrontations. We're very much forced into the action ourselves. I think the use of handheld cameras and the fact that much of the film takes place at night, they both add a sense of immediacy and a bit of a sense of foreboding as well. As in most of the best film noir, the plot, I think it's fair to say, is a bit elusive at times. It is clear that Ricardo Darin's character called Sosa is up to no good, but exactly what that no good is and exactly what he's trying to do can be a bit blurred. As indeed are his motives. He does come across as someone who is a victim himself of some unspecified wrongdoing in the past, which led to his loss of a lawyer's practicing certificate. And much of the time he seems to be trying to escape from his past, but not successfully to date. Again, I think as in the best of film noir, there's that sense that there's just one more dodgy, illegal operation to be done, and then our hero will be able to go back on the straight and narrow. But it keeps being postponed, of course. I think Darin is actually tremendously well cast for this role, because to me, at any rate, there's something about his face and his body language, his posture, that just makes it really hard to resist being sympathetic to him, even when you know that you shouldn't be. It's probably worth mentioning, if you are a bit squeamish, that even though the film is rated 15, not 18, there are a couple of pretty violent and unpleasant scenes in it, in which you might just want to cover your eyes for a moment. The film is also an excuse, to my mind, to mention a couple of other pieces of great world cinema that deal in different ways with failing health systems. One film I definitely like to bring to everybody's attention, encourage you to watch, is this one. It's from Romania from 2006, called The Death of Mr. Lazarescu. Won lots of awards at the time. It's described as a black comedy, but in my experience, and with this one in particular, there is rather more black than comedy about it, but a tremendously good film. Another one actually from the same kind of part of the world is this one from Bulgaria from 2012 called Sophia's Last Ambulance, which deals with one of the 13 ambulances that go around the capital of Bulgaria. And just to put that in perspective, Birmingham, with a similar population, has about 90. So there is quite a lot out there, interesting films about bad health systems. Anyway, now time to sit back and enjoy Carancho. We really hope you enjoy it. We think you'll be on the edge of your seat for quite a lot of the time. And then please do come and join us to talk about it on Zoom in a couple of weeks' time.